Have you ever felt a deep, unsettling feeling that the way you've been taught to live your life is fundamentally flawed? A quiet voice in the depths of your soul that whispers there's more than this endless race for security, this constant construction of backup plans for your backup plans. If this message has found you, it is not by accident. It is a divine appointment. You are here because you are ready to hear the truth that your spirit has been yearning for. So take a deep breath and let these words wash over you, for they are meant to awaken something dormant within. If what you hear resonates with the very core of your being, if it feels like coming home to a truth you've always known but couldn't articulate, then I invite you to join our tribe of awakened souls. Like this message to anchor its frequency within you, subscribe to continue this sacred journey, and share your own experiences in the comments below. Let your "I feel this" or "I am not alone" become a beacon for others who are also finding their way out of the darkness. Your story matters, and your resonance is a powerful signal to the universe and to others that we are all in this awakening together. There is a profound, almost tragic irony in the way we are conditioned to navigate our existence. From our earliest days, we are handed a map drawn by others, a map that prioritizes the predictable path, the safe harbor, the known territory. We are taught to clutch this map so tightly, to grip the helm of our lives with white-knuckled desperation, that we forget the very essence of what it means to be alive, to breathe, to flow, to trust the currents of the cosmos. Society builds its temples to certainty and logic, rewarding those who can calculate every risk and mitigate every potential for failure. We are told that this constant questioning, this relentless analysis, this second guessing of every intuitive nudge is a sign of intelligence, a form of spiritual armor that protects us from the harshness of the world. We are conditioned to believe that if we aren't perpetually worried, we must be reckless. If we aren't overthinking, we must be naive. We build walls around our hearts, brick by brick, with the mortar of logic and fear, believing these fortifications will keep us safe. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself a truly terrifying question? What if this fortress of certainty that you believe is protecting you, this very need to control and dissect every aspect of your life, is not a shelter but a cage? What if the thing you think is your greatest protection is actually the very prison that is suffocating your divine potential, keeping your soul in a state of suspended animation? The tragedy of this conditioning is that it turns us into a race of eternal waiters. Most people spend the entirety of their precious, fleeting lives in a cosmic waiting room, perpetually waiting for permission that will never be granted by an outside source. They wait for the perfect moment to start that business, the one their soul has been dreaming of for years. They analyze market conditions, write endless business plans, and seek validation from everyone except the one voice that truly matters, the voice of their own higher self. They wait for a celestial sign to leave a relationship that is slowly draining their life force, hoping for a thunderclap from the heavens to confirm what their heart has been screaming for months or even years. They wait to feel ready, to trust that quiet, persistent inner knowing, that gentle guidance that whispers, maybe, just maybe, everything is unfolding exactly as it is divinely designed to. They look to the stars, to tarot cards, to gurus, to any external authority for a green light, a cosmic go-ahead that they believe will finally absolve them of the responsibility of taking a leap of faith. But here is a profound truth you must understand. The universe does not issue permission slips. Your soul's destiny is not contingent on an external signal. That cosmic green light you are so desperately waiting for will never appear in the sky because it is not out there. It has been shining within you all along, and your doubt is the fog that prevents you from seeing it. In this state of perpetual waiting, in this endless cycle of second-guessing and seeking external validation, the most profound truth of human existence is tragically missed. You must grasp this fundamental law of the universe, for it holds the key to your liberation. Life is not a random series of events happening to you. It is not a cruel game of chance where you are a helpless pawn. That is the illusion sold to you by the frequency of fear. The ultimate truth, the secret that has been whispered by mystics and sages for millennia, is that life is a benevolent force, a divine intelligence that is constantly conspiring in your favor. Life is happening for you. Every event, Every encounter, every challenge is a meticulously crafted piece of your soul's curriculum, designed to help you awaken, grow, and remember who you truly are. But your doubt, my dear friend, your doubt is a powerful, low-frequency broadcast. It is a signal you send out into the quantum field, and like a magnet, it attracts experiences that match its vibration. Doubt is not merely a thought or a feeling. It is a creative energy. When you operate from the frequency of doubt, you are telling the universe that you expect failure, that you anticipate struggle, that you believe you are unworthy of miracles. And the universe, in its infinite and impartial wisdom, simply reflects back to you the reality that you are broadcasting. It gives you more reasons to doubt. The noise of your doubt is so deafeningly loud that it completely drowns out the gentle whispers of possibility that are constantly calling your name, the synchronicities trying to guide you, the divine breadcrumbs left on your path. I have witnessed this spiritual self-sabotage countless times. I have seen brilliant, creative souls abandon their most magnificent dreams because they allowed the shadow whisperer of doubt to convince them they weren't ready, they weren't talented enough, they weren't worthy. They mistake this paralysis for prudence. I have seen astonishingly intelligent minds become ensnared in the labyrinthine cycles of overthinking, analyzing every potential pitfall with such precision that they become utterly paralyzed by their own intellect. They create intricate mind maps of every possible way their venture could fail, and in doing so, they engineer the very failure they are trying to avoid. They confuse preparation with progress, forgetting that a ship is not built to remain in the harbor. They mistake planning for action, spending all their energy drawing the map instead of taking the first step on the journey. And most tragically, they mistake their persistent doubt for wisdom, believing that their fear is a sign of their enlightened awareness of risk. But let me tell you what no one ever tells you about the true nature of doubt. Doubt is not a shield that protects you from failure. That is its greatest deception. The truth is, doubt is the most reliable guarantee of failure that exists. It is the architect of the very outcome it pretends to protect you from, because by refusing to act in faith, you have already chosen the outcome of inaction, which is the only true failure there is. So what happens when you decide to flip the script? What happens when you consciously choose to change the frequency of your broadcast? What happens when, instead of entertaining the debilitating question, "What if this all goes terribly wrong?" you begin to ask a far more powerful and expansive question. What if this is all going perfectly right? What if this is exactly what is supposed to be happening for my highest good and greatest evolution? Imagine, just for a moment, living from this space of profound trust. What if you chose to believe that every closed door was not a rejection, but a divine redirection, a loving course correction from the universe, guiding you away from a path that was not in your highest alignment? What if every perceived no was actually a sacred not yet? Or better still, I have something even more magnificent in store for you. What if every moment of heart-wrenching uncertainty was not a sign that you are lost and off track, but was instead irrefutable evidence that you are on the verge of a massive up-level, being tenderly guided and rerouted toward a destiny far grander than the one your limited mind had conceived? This is not wishful thinking or some form of spiritual bypassing that ignores the pain of life's challenges. This is about recognizing a fundamental, benevolent pattern that has been operating in your life since the very moment your soul chose to incarnate in this reality. It is the practice of pronoia, the unwavering belief that the universe is conspiring in your favor. Think about your own life. I want you to truly reflect on this. How many times have you looked back at a situation that, in the moment, felt like an absolute catastrophe, a soul-crushing disaster, only to realize with the clarity of hindsight that it was the single best thing that could have ever happened to you? The relationship that ended in a tempest of heartbreak, which then created the sacred space for the true love of your life to enter? The job you were laid off from, which felt like the end of the world, but which ultimately forced you to discover your true calling and build a career that truly nourishes your soul. The debilitating illness that brought you to your knees, but in doing so, taught you the profound gift of appreciating your own body and health in a way you never had before. The devastating financial struggle that taught you a level of resilience and resourcefulness you never knew you possessed. The painful betrayal that showed you with crystal clarity who your true friends were and taught you the invaluable lesson of setting healthy boundaries. Every single time you thought your life was falling apart, was it not, in truth, simply falling into place? Every piece was being shattered so that it could be reassembled into a more beautiful, more authentic, more divinely aligned mosaic. The universe was not punishing you. It was pruning you, preparing you for a greater blossoming. But here is the critical part. The part that requires a leap of faith. You can only see this divine, benevolent pattern in hindsight. You can only connect the dots looking backward. Why? Because in the heat of the moment, when you are in the thick of the storm, you are too consumed by the illusion of control. You are too busy doubting the process, too busy resisting the current, too busy trying to micromanage outcomes that were never yours to control in the first place. You are fighting against the very current of divine grace that is trying to carry you to a more beautiful shore. You are trying to swim upstream against the river of your own destiny, and it is exhausting. You must awaken to the truth that there is a sublime intelligence at work in your life, a consciousness that is infinitely more sophisticated and far-seeing than your conscious, logical mind could ever be. Some call this intelligence intuition. Others call it the universe. Some call it God, source energy, or the higher self. The name is irrelevant. The label doesn't matter. What matters is that you begin to recognize that this intelligence has been lovingly guiding you all along, every single moment of every single day. It was guiding you even when you felt most alone. It was guiding you especially when you couldn't see the path ahead, when you felt utterly lost in the darkness. Every skill you have ever developed, no matter how random or insignificant it seemed at the time, was divinely orchestrated to prepare you for something that is coming. Every single person you have ever met, from the fleeting encounter with a stranger who said one profound thing to the deep, soul-shaking relationships, has entered your life for a reason, to teach you a lesson, to act as a mirror, or to open a door. Every experience you have ever had, both the exquisitely pleasant and the excruciatingly painful, has been meticulously shaping you, molding you, and carving you into the precise person you need to become to fulfill your unique destiny. Nothing has been wasted. Not a single tear, not a single heartbreak, not a single failure. Nothing has been random. Everything, even the parts that feel chaotic and imperfect, has been unfolding with divine perfection. The entire journey has been a sacred preparation for this very moment, and for all the moments to come. Your past is not a liability. It is your training ground. It is your qualification. Your doubt, however, makes you blind to this perfection. Doubt is the veil that convinces you that you are behind, that you've missed your chance, that everyone else received a secret memo about how life works, except you. It tells you that you need more time, more money, more experience, more certifications, more certainty before you can finally trust yourself enough to take the next inspired step. But let me tell you a secret about certainty. It is the ultimate illusion. The people who appear to be the most certain and confident are not those who have somehow eliminated uncertainty from their lives. That's impossible. They are the ones who have mastered the art of taking courageous action in spite of their uncertainty. They have learned to dance with the unknown. They have learned to trust the process even when they cannot see the entire staircase. They understand that clarity does not come from endless contemplation. Clarity comes through inspired action. The path is made by walking it. You have been waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect conditions to align. But perfection is not the goal. Movement is the goal. Growth is the goal. Trust is the goal. And trust is not about knowing what is going to happen next. Trust is about having the unwavering faith that whatever happens, you will have the inner resources, the resilience, and the divine support to handle it. Trust is believing, in your bones, that you are exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what you need to learn, and becoming exactly who you are meant to become. So, I invite you now to look at your life as it is, right in this moment. Not the version you wish you had in your mind, not the version you think you should have by now according to some arbitrary societal timeline, but the life you are actually living. Every challenge you are currently facing is developing a new capacity within you, forging a new strength in the fire of your experience. Every bit of uncertainty you are navigating right now is a sacred invitation from the universe to learn to trust yourself on a deeper, more profound level. Every flicker of doubt is an opportunity to consciously choose faith instead. The people who seem to live charmed lives, who effortlessly attract opportunities and seem to have everything fall into place, they are not special. They're not luckier than you. They have simply learned the secret of co-creation. They have learned to work with the flow of life instead of constantly fighting against it. They have trained themselves to see obstacles as opportunities for growth, to see delays as divine timing, and to see the vast expanse of uncertainty as the fertile ground from which all miracles are born. They know that life doesn't happen in neat, straight lines. It happens in spirals, in cycles, in beautiful, intricate patterns that only make sense when you have the wisdom to zoom out and see the bigger picture, the masterpiece of your own life's tapestry. What feels like a step backward is often the necessary retreat before a quantum leap forward. What feels like standing still is often the sacred pause before everything changes in the most magnificent way. Your doubt wants to convince you that you are falling behind, that you're not where you should be, that you've made too many irreversible mistakes. But what if you are perfectly, divinely on time? What if your so-called mistakes were actually essential course corrections? What if all your detours were actually cosmic shortcuts to a destination your soul chose, but your mind couldn't yet comprehend? The profound truth is that you cannot see the full tapestry of your life while you are still weaving it. From your perspective, you can only see the single thread you are working with right now. But you must trust that every single thread matters. Every color, every texture contributes to the final masterpiece. Even the dark threads, especially the dark threads, what create the contrast that allows the bright ones to shine with such breathtaking brilliance. So stop trying to figure it all out. Stop needing to know how every piece will fall into place before you take the next step. Stop waiting for the feeling of doubt to disappear before you finally start believing in yourself. Doubt isn't going anywhere. It is a part of the human experience, a shadow that is cast by the light of your potential, but it does not have to be your guide. It does not have to sit in the driver's seat of your life. What if, instead of fighting your doubt, you simply acknowledged it? Thanked it for trying to keep you safe, and then courageously moved forward anyway? What if instead of needing to eliminate fear, you learned to take action while feeling the fear? What if, instead of waiting for certainty, you chose to trust the uncertainty? Because here is what I know to be an unshakable truth of the cosmos. Everything that is truly meant for you will find you. Every door that is meant to open for you will open at the perfect time. Every person who is meant to be in your life will show up. And everything and everyone that is not meant for you will gently fall away, no matter how hard you try to cling to it. This isn't about being passive. It is about inspired action rooted in deep trust. Your job isn't to control the outcomes. Your job is to show up fully, to give your best effort from a place of love, to follow the sacred guidance of your intuition, and to trust that the universe will always meet you halfway. The synchronicities are not coincidences. The persistent ideas are not random thoughts. They are the breadcrumbs of your destiny. You are being called. That restlessness, that feeling that there is more, is not delusion, it is recognition. It is your soul remembering what it came here to do. Your time for doubt is over. The time for trust is now. Your life is waiting for you to claim it. Take the step. Trust the process. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should.